Good afternoon, students, and welcome to our class for today here in Research Project for Humanities and Social Science. So today we're going to discuss about the chapter 3 still of your research paper, and it is something to do with the correlational design or the computing of relationship of your variables. And by the way, I am your teacher and my name is Teresa O. Adangna. The chapter 3 of your research, as we all know, is the research methodology. And as I told you before, and remind you once again, that our statement of the problem, objectives of the study, instruments of the and data analysis of our paper should be congruent to each other. Naipaliwanag ko po yan doon sa ating pong previous video na pwede nyo na lang din pong panoorin. Let's say that for your question number 4 sa inyo pong SOP ay may tanong na ganito. Is there a significant relationship between the participants' number of hours played computer games and academic performance? So ang sinusukat po natin dito ay dalawang variables. The first variable is the participants' number of hours played computer games at ang kanilang academic performance. So therefore, this type of study is correlational since we are investigating the relationship of these variables. As we also can see here, that the objective of the studies is congruent to statement of the problem, which is to determine the significant relationship between the two variables. At ang ating pong data analysis is the person's correlational. Ito po yung gagamit, correlational type coefficients na computation. Ito po yung gagamitin po natin na pagko-compute. Okay, to find the significant relationship between the participants. Okay? And then next, okay. We can also see yung hypothesis. So ano po yung null hypothesis? We have two types of hypotheses, okay? Our assumption. The first is the null hypothesis. So in writing our null hypothesis, they're just denying the relationship of the two variables. As is written here, there is no significant relationship between the participants' number of hours played computer games and their academic performance. So walang relationship. And then you could also write your alternative hypothesis, which is there is a significant relationship between the participants' number of hours played computer games and their academic performance. So yan yung ating itetest mamaya. So tatlo yung bagay na dapat nating itest. First is to find if there is a relationship between the two variables, yung tinatawag nating academic performance and the number of hours played of the computer games of the participants. At if we're going to reject or accept the null or reject or accept the alternative hypothesis. Okay, ready na ba tayo? So the only problem now is this. So, and this will be our objective. How are we going to know the relationship of our variables? Here is the person R correlation coefficient formula. Okay? Yan po yung formula natin, ano? And here is the description of the strength of relationship between two variables. Okay? So it is written here. Pero teka, bago ka po magpakamatay o mag-drop sa klase, please understood na mas madali na ang buhay natin ngayon because we have an Excel and online calculators that we could use in our study. Okay? So let me show you this in a Excel presentation. Okay? Let me share my Excel. Let's say na ito na po yung inyong, okay, column 1, okay, this column talks about your participants. So we have 20 participants. And then column B is the number of hours played computer games of the participants. And then their general average. And this is their general average. So na-survey mo na to, natanong mo na sila. So dito po makikita natin that yung participant 1, ang kanya pong number of hours played is 3 and ang general average niya po ay 87. Okay, so this is your data. So paano po natin yung gagawin, ano? First, let me just show you how. Delete ko lang muna to. So, an equal sign, tapos yung correlal. Okay, pag nakuha nyo na yung correlal na yan, and then enter. Ayan, so you have to double click. Tapos makikita natin yung array 1. So yung array 1 will be your first column or second column is up to you. For example, this be our array 1 and then comma and then our array 2. Okay? So this is the R value natin. Enter. So ang our R value is ito pong R value natin ay negative. Ay, palakihan ko lang muna ito. Ayan, sumobra. Ayan. So, yung R value natin ay negative 0.82081. Yan po yung ating R value. So, yan yung person R value natin. Pero I would like to show you also how are we going to compute online para makuha din natin yung R value. Kasi dito sa dito sa Excel hindi pa malinaw. Sige nga, nakuha na natin yan. So what does it mean? Okay? Okay, let me share you another screen. And this will be our online. Okay, the online computation. Okay? Let me just show you, okay? A quick show. Okay, the first thing you need to know rather, is to go to a online calculations. And I would like to recommend the social science statistics online calculations na po. Ito pong social science online calculations. Para sa akin kasi maganda itong social science online calculation kasi very precise na, maganda na yung makikita nyo. So, ang kanila pong homepage, ito yung makikita mo, statistic calculations, no? So, tayo po ay pupunta. So, we're looking for the correlation, the computation of correlations of, okay, let's find where, okay, here. So, ito yung pupuntahan natin, the test of correlations, okay? And we'll be using the person R. Actually, we could use this 4, but I would like to try first yung person R correlation. Okay, so this is the person R correlation at mapakita dito sa atin yung equation which is similar to the equation that I first showed you. Okay, so take me to the calculator. Okay, so here you'll be asked to give your X value and the Y value. Anak, itong X value at Y value, ito yung mga nakuha nyong datos nung nagkaroon kayo ng survey. Okay, so as I show you, okay, let me just drop my share. Okay, let me first get the X value, which is the students' hours of number of hours played computer games. Okay. Okay. At ilalagay natin dito sa X value. Okay, here is the X value. This is the number of hours computer games played by the participants. That is our X value. Tapos, kukunin din natin yung Y value, which is their grades. Okay, ito naman yung grades nila. Okay, the general average or the academic performance of the students. Okay, now that we have this, okay, now that we have this both, okay, let me just, okay, ayan. Pwede na natin ngayon makalculate ang R value ng ating data. Okay, click the R value and then you will be shown into the different computations. Ayan, pinakita niya yung computations. Okay? And then, presto, the R value is negative 0.8208. So kung maalala nyo kanina, using our Excel, ay parehas po silang 0.82, negative 0.82. Ang maganda lang dito sa online calculator natin, dito sa social science statistics, is that they have the definition of what this number mean. Nakalagay po dito, this is a strong negative correlation. So yung sabi dito, meron daw na strong negative correlation ang ating Y value at ang X value o yung tinatawag nating academic performance and the students' number of hours played. Sabi rito, in-explain niya, which means that the high X variable scores go with a low Y variables. Okay, ulitin ko yun ha. This is a strong negative correlation which means that the high X variable score go with the low Y variable go. So, magkabaliktad silang dalawa. For example, tumataas daw yung X, bumababa naman yung Y variables. So, ano ulit yung X natin? Ano ulit yung Y variables natin? Yung X variable natin, yung number of hours. Kung tumataas daw yung number of hours na naglalaro ng computer games ang ating participants, nakita nila rito na bumababa naman yung kanilang academic performance. Kaya sabi ng ating pong ng calculations po natin, itong negative 0.82, it has a strong negative correlation. Ayun na, nasagutan natin, ano? Nasagutan natin yung meaning na there is a negative correlation between the two variables. Now, let's proceed to the testing of our hypothesis. At yan ay makukuha natin in calculating the p-value. So, dito, i-click mo lang itong p-value. Okay, clicking the p-value. And then, type the R-score, which is negative 0.820. And then the number of participants, we have 20 number of participants. With a significant level of 5, you could click 5 or 1. Okay, so in 5, since this is a social science, so we click 5 significant level, and then we calculate it. Ayun, pinakita niya na po. Ito na. Ito ang maganda sa ano na to. Ito ang maganda sa apps na to. Nakalagay dito. Okay, here it is. The p-value is 0.00001. The result is the significant at p05. So ano bang meaning nito, no? Para mas madali nating maintindihan, ano? So you could research here. I just go to Google and the p-value is 001. The result is significant at p-value. Ito na pinaliwanag niya. Look at this, students. The p-value that less than 5. So itong 001 na to is less than 5, right? Okay. If it is statistically significant, it indicates a strong evidence against the null hypothesis. So if you could remember, our null hypothesis is that there is no significant relationship between the variable A and the variable B, o yung ating academic performance and the number of hours of played games ng ating participants. So sabi dito, there is a strong evidence against the null hypothesis, as there is a less than 5% probability that null is correct. Ang pinindot kasi natin is 5% na marginal error. Therefore, we reject the null hypothesis and accept the alternative hypothesis. Wow, this is very good, ano? yan na yung pwede nating ilagay doon sa ating pong explanation when we go to our chapter 4. Okay? So therefore, doon po sa pinapakita ko kanina dito, so therefore, sabi daw nung findings natin, we reject the null and accept the significant or the alternative hypothesis. So there is a significant relationship between the participants' number of hours played computer games and their academic performance. Okay? So there you have it. Our correlational discussion. Di ba? Ang dali lang. So, hindi na natin kailangan na magpakamatay pa, bagat napakabilis at napakamadali lang yung ating discussion. So, thank you. And if you have any question, you could call me or contact me in my FB account. God bless everyone.